por favor.
The man is insane. He's not responsible for himself. He needs care and treatment.
What I did, when, for example, he wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare for the ability to.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
Single solitary person.
Shortchanged by the Lord and dumb as a jackass. Look at him now.
Dealing with everything we have to do with.
Yes, sir. All you gotta be is white in America to get whatever you want.
Medicare.
But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level.
Darkness, my old friend.
Convicted probably numerous other times.
As the president became sort of stronger, including literally his voice, the strength of his voice over the course of the night. Probably peaking towards the very, very end of the debate.
Are you serious?
What I did, when, for example, he wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare for the ability.
Fuck.
Fuck yeah! Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah!
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the... Let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lied! Yes.
A few moments later.
Now, as we speak, there is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes into the debate, and it continues right now.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic.
The New York Times. To serve his country, President Biden should leave the race.
No. It's not true.
The editorial board wrote this, quote, "There are Democratic leaders better equipped to present clear, compelling, and energetic alternatives to a second Trump presidency."
That's impossible!
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Biden campaign confirms to Fox that not only does President Biden not plan to drop out, the president remains committed to a second debate in September.
Let Putin say, do what you want, NATO. Just do what you want.
I'm so wasted.
There's a thing called Article 5. An attack on one is attack on all.
Shit! It's gonna be that kind of a party. I'm gonna stick my dick in a mashed potato. Woo!
All right, so to get that out of his mind and out of everybody else's mind as quickly as possible, he made a big comeback, apparently between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., because I don't know if you've known this, but since then his staff has said that he functions best between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., which means if he wanted to open up a jewelry store in the Hamptons, I think he'd be good at that, because those are usually open from around, maybe you got to do a 9 to 5, but 10 to 4, that's the sweet spot. So, open an antique store in a nice, Long Island town, that would be good. Presidency, you got to do longer and more irregular hours on occasion, but here he is, the big comeback appearance the next day in North Carolina. Don't count me out.
I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth. I know right from wrong. And I know how to do this job. I know how to get things done.
Beautiful, beautiful job. Barbara Waldron tweets out, "To all you Democrats stirring the pot, we want Joe Biden. So if you can't support and help, get the hell out of the way. I stand with Biden."
This is a pattern with libs. You see this in entertainment too. When they get fan backlash, they really like to tell the fans to stop watching and stop reading. And then when the product tanks, they complain that the fans stopped watching and reading.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. That is a common sort of passive aggressive trait. Honesty, how refreshing. Shame on the media for not making a huge deal of all the lies Trump told. And CNN, let's stand. Lawrence Tribe, this guy's a Harvard professor.
Yes.
The only way Biden can protect the soul of the nation, as he deeply wants to, if he's not going to drop out, and he probably won't, he's got to own his own aging stumbles and admit his weaknesses, but recover each time and return to the basics. No guarantee, but he can do it. Nanny Goat, and this is the Joe we know. Don't give up on him. We all bought the more important than anything hype. I don't really know what that means. You mean this election's more important than anything? Because I don't believe you guys think that's hype. I think you're still on board with that.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, man. There's a lot of people doing time for selling weed who know a very different Joe. Most of them are black, though, and of a social strata you probably don't encounter a lot. Nanny Goat.
Out of sight, out of mind. We are what's important, and that's why he loves us. Debate schmabate. That's a good hashtag. Debate schmabate. So these are some memes that Russell found. I didn't post who posted them because some of these are probably personal friends of his.
Don't do that.
Some of these he probably, owes money to, and they'll get extra mad at him if they find out he's trashing them.
Fuck them. They'll never get a dime out of me.
Yeah. You're not getting a pony. No one is getting a pony. Your choices are a proven older workhorse and a loud squealing pig. Yes, here comes the cope. He wasn't feeling well, and he was arguing with the actual devil. Don't you dare abandon him. Right, wasn't feeling well. Again, you just had it come out today. He's best between the hours of 10 and 4. This is a regular thing. They could have seen this coming. Now, this is a quote from the Mueller She Wrote account, the Mueller She Wrote podcast, which, as I remember, took like tens of thousands of dollars of pandemic relief money for her podcast. Man, I am such a sucker for not getting in on that. I didn't take any of those loans out.
I'm telling you, I don't think I cut it in because I wanted to keep it tight. But the podcast video, all these people say they self-report that they paid $100. Why?
Sure.
For what? For what? Like, you could just put on MSNBC for those takes.
I don't abandon someone because they had a bad night. Joe has my back, and I have his. It's that simple. Well, apparently Trump had your back also because you got all that pandemic relief money for, what, a 3-person podcast operation under Trump. He gave you that, not Biden. So pretty disrespectful there.
I mean, that's why we sit around, like, praying for a pandemic. Or like we just missed that money.
I know. We started this just a little too late. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I'm blown away by this moment, meaning the video that we just watched. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know how to tell the truth. I know right from wrong. And I know how to get things done. When you get knocked down, you get back up. Amazing. Yeah, that's going to go down in the annals of great presidential quotes of all time. What an amazing moment.
I mean, look, we're not in high school. I hesitate to use this word, but how are these the uncoolest people on earth? Like, how uncool would you have to be to type that, to take the time to type that? I was blown away by this. We are quite a long way from Brando and the Wild Bunch.
That is true. The truth, spoken in a slow, raspy voice, is still the truth. A lie spoken by a slick, fast-talking con man is still a lie. And this has to be my favorite.
Joe Biden is one of the most absolutely ridiculous Baron Munchausen, degenerate fucking serial liars ever to grace a stage in American politics. That's who you're talking about.
Yep. But nothing, I mean, this to me took the cake. Russell sent me a bunch of these and told me to choose which ones to feature because he didn't have time to do the slides. So, I mean, this just had to be the best one.
Oh, yeah, that one's everywhere.
Joe's not perfect, but he's a better person than most of us, especially the other guy. This is from a group, so I figured I could leave the page name in. Don't base everything on public speaking skills. Yeah, you know who else spoke in complete sentences? Hitler.
Yeah.
So you don't love Hitler, do
or
you?
Obama. Obama, you guys love Obama.
The level of cope there, it's just like you just had that morning. I mean, that morning. You watch Morning Joe, right? These people must watch Morning Joe. He must be on their radar. He's saying he's got to go. CNN after the debate, he's got to go. New York Times, he's got to go. He's got to go. Even half of Pod Save America, the smart half, says Jon Favreau. He's the brains of it. There's no doubt about that. I don't like his politics, but he's not a dumb guy. He was a speechwriter for Obama. He clearly is tuned in to like what's going on. He's got to go. It's the most obvious thing in the world. He's got to go. And no. This rally, this gave me life again. One of the guys, I don't have that one. This gave me life again. What are you talking about? Yep. What are you talking about? You cannot compare. First of all, this idea that it was a bad night, as if it's comparable in any way to the debate that Obama had against Romney. The debate Obama had against Romney was he was lazy, he was uninspired, and he just failed to push back on what Mitt Romney was saying. But he did not seem incapable of doing the job, or he didn't seem incapable of going out again and beating Mitt Romney, which he did in the second debate. It was a rout for Obama, and the problem solved. Everybody forgot about the first one. This was a guy going out and proving not only that he was incapable of doing the job, but that everyone who told you he was this past year was lying to you. That's how damaging this was, not just to Biden and to the Democrats, but to the media, to everyone around him. Just the same as when Hillary was running and she lost. Remember how damaging that was to everyone? Remember Michael Moore coming on Morning Joe the next day saying, I knew this and nobody listened to me? It's that kind of thing all over again.
This was inevitable if you were paying attention. And if you are so completely brainwashed and conditioned to believe whatever signaling you get from the elites of your party, that you're supposed to pretend that what you saw you didn't see, you deserve what you get, man. You deserve what you get. How many times does Lucy have to pull the football away before you realize the game is rigged? How many times do they have to tell you Hillary's gonna win and bring the Senate and Congress along with her? She might flip Texas. How many times do they have to tell you bullshit like that turns out to be absolutely, completely false before you stop listening to these people?
No. Well, this is what I hinted at in one of the previous segments. For people who fret about the future of democracy and the sanctitude of democracy, they understand nothing about what democracy actually is. To them, democracy is reacting to the news of the day.
Telling
your friends what you think about the news of the day. No, you're supposed to have input. You're supposed to affect the news of the day, not just react to the news of the day. In a democracy, you create the news of the day. You contribute input to the democratic system, which then spits back an output responsive to your input. They do not see it that way. Well, during the primaries, nope, Biden has to be the They will tell a fucking pollster, 70% of these people will tell pollsters, we want someone other than Biden. Because the media says, well, there's not going to be a serious primary, so the next poll, who do you support? Biden, Marianne, RFK? Biden, 70%. 70% of them say they want someone else, and then you ask them, well, will you vote for someone else? No. This is why I said the first
it was
blog
the same thing
with
Bernie Biden. Because they liked Bernie better than Biden in every poll in 2020. They agreed with his policies more. All it took was a thumbs down from Obama. That's it. And Clyburn.
Right.
Clyburn and Obama went. That was it.
Right. They do not understand the role that they are supposed to play in the democracy. They think their role is to comment on social media and then vote. That's it. Like in a democracy, you would be demanding, as you said in the earlier segment, you would be demanding a fix to this right now. First of all, you would say, how dare you lie us out of a primary by telling us this guy was good to go. And B, fix this now, or we're not voting for you. We're boycotting the ticket. No, they will never do any of these things. It's, oh, well, he really blew it. I guess they should nominate someone else. That's what Morning Joe said. Oh, wait, now MSNBC says he did well at the rally the next day. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's back. I guess we shouldn't give up on him. It's just reacting to the news. They don't understand that in a democratic system, you are supposed to affect these outcomes. You're actually supposed to affect the outcomes with action.
Well, as I've said many times in print and on here, most of them do not have politics.
Right.
It's a lifestyle brand. Just like they want to be seen wearing Lululemon just like they want to be seen driving an EV or whatever is popular in their suburb, just like they want to put that lawn sign out while they live in a probably almost all-white suburb. They want to put out, oh, everyone is welcome. We believe in this house. They want to be seen echoing that media bubble narrative, which is always very, very much the same. If you read New York Times, if you watch MSNBC, if you read Newsweek, it's all the same drumbeat, just drilling into your head what the acceptable thoughts are. And they're as mindless as an ant colony. They just gather and repeat what they were told as if it's an original thought that they personally have. They just take that programming because it's all about, look at my label. Look at the designer label I'm wearing. See, I love Barack Obama. See, I'm one of you. I'm one of you. I belong to your class. That's it. And that is why it doesn't matter how many times they fail. Von Clausewitz, there are no contradictions. If you think you found a contradiction, check your premises. Why would people keep going back to a media that's constantly wrong if they are paying attention to the media because they want to know what's right? They wouldn't. They don't care about what's right. That's not the point. The point is to get marching orders and class signaling to relate to the people around them.
Please clap.